Hey everybody, Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube, and I want to compare, I get a lot of questions about the Redshift Sports Suspension Stem compared to the Diverge Future Shock. Now, I think I'm very qualified to talk about this subject since both of these are my bikes and I have a lot of time riding both. I started reviewing the Redshift Suspension Stem probably 5 years ago when I installed it on my Marin Gestalt. I was just getting into gravel racing as a mountain bike racer, and it seemed pretty harsh to me on an aluminum frame bike, even with 42mm tires aired down, tubeless. I still wanted a little vibration dampening, so I found the Redshift Sports Stem an economical but very solid way to accomplish that. I did race this Marin Gestalt for several years. I put it at the Mississippi Gravel Cup. I also raced a lot of local events, the Dead Man Gravel Grind. I did good. I hit a lot of podiums with this bike. So I raced it in a highly competitive field against guys that had a lot more, a lot more expensive bikes than I have. Now the Redshift Sports Stem has done me good. I still ride this bike. This is my retired race bike. So I own a bicycle shop. It's called Biloxi Bicycle Works. There's a sticker on my new Diverge. So we are out of Biloxi, Mississippi, and I get a lot of questions. I ride this bike to work and I lock it up in front of the shop all the time, and people ask me about the Redshift Sports Stem. I have a lot of good things to say about this stem. It's an economical way to add comfort to your gravel bike or commuter bike without a whole lot of cost. I think they're around in the $200 range when I bought this one, and I think they're still around $200. There's some elastomer pucks you can put in there to adjust the ride, and that has worked very well for me. I'm 150 pounds, and this is their 80mm stem, and it has really performed well. I have over 15,000 miles on this bike. Like I said, it was a retired race bike, and now I use it for my daily commuting back and forth to the bike shop. So I think I'm very qualified to talk about how well this stem works and just how solid of a performer it's been. Now, when I retired my Gestalt X10 as a race bike, I am a Specialized dealer, so I bought a carbon fiber Specialized Diverge here. It's a comp carbon, and it came with the Future Shock 2.0. I've also ran the Future Shock 1.5 before, and both of them worked good. The 2.5 is actually it's got a dampening button up top, so you can control the dampening. I'm 54 years old, and I run mine open. Just yesterday, actually day before yesterday, I competed in the Mississippi Gravel Cup's first race of the year, the OMG. It was a very demanding course. After about 5 hours of rain in the cold, we raced. I ended up coming in 4th in my age group, in my 50-mile class, master's class, and I was happy about that. And a lot of what I was able to accomplish was because I had some suspension dampening. As I get older, I feel the vibrations through my shoulders, through my neck. I feel the fatigue. And having some dampening up front definitely helped me complete that race course 2 days ago. And now 4th place. I didn't get the podium. But 3 more races to go in the Mississippi Gravel Cup 2024. Come join us if you're anywhere in the South. It's definitely an awesome series. But it's a demanding series, and I like having a little bit of suspension in the front end of these bikes. Yesterday after the rain, it was very washboardy, and having that definitely helped. I can't quite demonstrate it as good. Well, there we go. You get a little bit of movement without me being on it. People ask me which one's better. Well, the Future Shock is an engineered piece of equipment from a big manufacturer like Specialized. They've done their homework, and it works really, really good. The Redshift Sports Stem takes a little bit more to activate it, which, that's good in a way as well. 2 different price points. Of course, this bike is almost a $5,000 bike. This was like a $1,500 bike. Redshift Sports Stem was about $200 bucks. So I really like having that. It seems like a lot of manufacturers are putting some type of dampening in the rear end of the bikes and not the front. So with a Redshift Sport Stem, you can really mitigate the vibrations coming up through your body, you know, economically. I'm having to switch from Specialized. I am a Specialized dealer. Well, I was. Biloxi Bicycle Works has moved to Trek. So I'm looking at getting a Trek Checkpoint SLR to finish this race series out. The SLR comes with dampening in the back called an ISO speed, but no dampening in the front. So I would love to get a Redshift Sports stem. I see they've got a new version, a race version with titanium hardware that's they say it's 15% lighter. The little bit of weight that it's going to be compared to the amount of comfort and you know, longevity I'm going to be able to put on the bike is definitely well worth it. If it's a few grams heavier, I still want to get it, but I want to get the lightest model possible. I think it's still under like 250 bucks. So Redshift Sports, if you're watching this video, just know I want to put one of these on a Specialized Checkpoint. I saw there was another YouTube reviewer that did it, and I think they enjoyed that. So has anybody put a Redshift Sports stem on a you know, on a Trek Checkpoint? If so, I'm curious about it because I want to do it before the end of the series. So that means I have to do it pretty quick. But I wanted to do a long-term review. I mean, I've had this Redshift Sports stem on my retired race bike now for close to 5 years, and I did race this bike competitively in the Mississippi Gravel Cup for several years. So yeah, as you all know, you know, amateur athletics has gotten pretty hardcore. Yesterday on the line there were several bikes that topped $10,000, and when you're showing up with a $1,500 bike, I don't, you know, it's just what you, sometimes it's run what you brung. This bike was competitive. I raced it for several years. I even did the Dead Man Gravel Grind. I hit the podium. I hit the podium several times on this Marin Gestalt with the Redshift Sports stem, and now I commute to the bicycle shop. So I commute almost every day, and I ride this bike, and I leave it on the front porch of the bike shop. So I get a lot of people ask me about the Redshift Sports stem and how I liked it, and it's performed very, very well. This thing is got about 15 to 17,000 miles on it, and when you're commuting to work, especially in Biloxi, Mississippi, there's some rough roads. This thing has held up well. It's nice that it has the elastomer pucks that you can, you know, that you can fine tune, and I've got this bike feeling stiff but having enough compliance that I can ride it every day. And if, you know, something were to happen to my race gravel bike, I can surely hop on my spare bike, my commuter bike, and I feel really good on that. Man, this thing is still dirty. We had a mucky, muddy race yesterday. This is January 8th, so we actually raced on the 6th, so Saturday. Only a couple days afterwards, and I feel good. At 54 years old, I need a little dampening, and this does it in a lightweight, robust package that works well. So just a quick review. People ask me all the time if I'll do a review on the Redshift Sports stem, and I've done several. I did with a Govelo channel probably 6 years ago, and this is that same stem, and I'm still riding it. So Redshift Sports has done a great job. All their products seem to be good. I haven't tried their light up pedals yet, but some of the BMX guys we ride with in Biloxi have put those light up pedals on. Redshift Sports just seems to make good products, and some people say, wow, like 250 bucks. This one's actually like under 200 bucks, but the new one I want with titanium hardware is 250 bucks. That's a little price to pay for the amount of comfort you get. And like I said, people ask me what's better, the Specialized Diverge Future Shock or the Redshift Sports, but it's really two different price points. Like if you can afford a carbon fiber Specialized Diverge, I mean, they're awesome bikes. And like I said, I hate that I have to sell this bike. It's been a great bike, but I am a Trek dealer now, so I've got to represent Trek. And I hear that the Trek Checkpoint SLR, or even the Checkpoint in general, I ride with several people who have that bike, and they all love it. So I'm switching, but I am curious to put the Redshift Sports stem on my Checkpoint. So, you know, this Future Shock's going to win, although I have had to change this Future Shock out twice since I've owned this bike. I have raced it, you know, for 2 seasons now. If anybody wants to buy it, I'm putting up for sale here pretty soon. Been a great bike. It's never misshifted, it's never faltered. This bike it's really awesome. I do like this bike. But for the price, the Redshift Sport Stem does a really good job. And you can see that is not a new stem. That, like I said, that stem's got about 17,000 miles on it of hard miles and racing. So the Future Shock probably works a little bit better, but it's expensive. And like I said, I have had to replace it. You know, the rubber boot has failed on me, and then the internals got dirty. But I do like how easy it moves. You can say I have a little bit harder time moving this, but I'm also running the camera and holding a number plate in my hands at the same time. So this was just a real quick impromptu video on Redshift. Their products, their stems, they work great. Any questions, you know, call me up at Biloxi Bicycle Works, Biloxi, Mississippi. I ride the Redshift Sports stems, and I hope to do it on my new race gravel bike. So like I said, Redshift Sports, if you're hearing this and you want to send me a stem, I'll be glad to do a video on it. And I do have 3 more races in the Mississippi Gravel Cup. Think about it. If you don't send me one, I'm gonna buy one anyway. It's good a product. And for the 250 bucks, it's gonna make this old man feel good, and you know, maybe help me hit those podiums. Thanks, Redshift. I appreciate you building good stuff. Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube, over and out. And don't forget, any questions, hit me up at Biloxi Bicycle Works. You know, if you do like what we do on the you know, Bicycle Rider YouTube, just you know, like and subscribe. That lets YouTube know you guys are watching me, and it might help me buy a few more products. And if you guys think anything else you want me to review, I love to ride my bike, and I'm out there racing.